Alright, quick modification update in the middle of this. As you can see, just by sitting it here, I have cut these a little bit longer than I needed. I didn't quite take a measurement, I just assumed that I had enough room for all of this plus the tabs. Well, I didn't. So I've had to take them off. I took the two off this side, cut them in half and drilled more holes, so I'll be able to get all four little brackets out of the two that came off of here, and I'll just take these two off and put those two on. So here's the interesting fun part. I just temporarily have them set up in place, and I'm going to set them in here like such and position them in place, and I'll lock these screws down. And then draw a line across, if you can see it, about where that shadow line is on the, about like there where the shadow line is, so I can get the angle on bending them over 90 degrees. And removing that much will allow me to have some, where do you go here? When these go through here, of course, this will be bent up at 90 degrees, and then this will be able to stick through there and through the cap. But that'll get me my alignment. So placing it in here, it's hard to do this. I'll just get it done and show you. But yeah, adjustments, making it by hand is always fun. All right, guys and girls, we are now complete. This will be the final installment and update on the build. From here we'll move on to the testing phase, but what you see is the completed version. I've got one down here that I don't have entirely put together, but it's complete. And then I have this one, which is complete and actually working. We will get into the working ends of it in the next video when we start testing some things, but I will tell you this, I am totally amped, no pun intended, about the amount of hydrogen that I got from this thing. I plugged it in or wired it up to just one of my solar battery systems to 12 volts, and oh my goodness, it was chugging out some hydrogen like you wouldn't believe. So we'll show you that in a minute, but for now let's just take a look. As you can see, I've got my positive and negative terminals. I've got a plug put in the top here and here. I've got went to the store to pick up some pieces that I did not have, so this is not in the hardware video. These are extras that I've had to go get because I didn't think about it until I got there. So here we go. So we got a brass plug. This is for filling the get this going here, for filling it up with water. That's how the water goes in. And then we've got a plumbing fitting with a barbed end for our outflow of the hydrogen. It feeds in down at the bottom, of this reservoir, and that's our bubbler. And as you can see, it's full of water, and if you can see it in the camera, that's the water level, which would put it somewhere right around in here. A little bit of airspace above it. Then we have a plug, and this one's a nylon plug. And when I went to my local hardware store to pick up stuff, they didn't have enough of each of these. They only kept one or two on hand, so I had to get different things. I put the nylon one in here because I'm not concerned about corrosion from the alkaline or water that's in here that's going to have chemicals in it. And then this is the outline for the gas, and we had to pick up hold on here. We had to pick up some more plumbing fittings, and this is, I think, probably the first you will have seen this for those individuals who have done HHO. I think I'm the first one to come up with this idea. We were thinking that we would want to be able to take this and use it on more than one engine or more than one purpose. So for the time being, in order to be able to carry it around and hold it upright, I've screwed these couple of board pieces together to make a little carry tray for it, or a little box holder for it. So I also cut a couple blocks of wood here with the radiuses in there so that it would fit snugly between the two curvatures of the two pipes to hold them together snugly. I've got two band clamps to hold the two tubes together, and these zip ties are just there to hold it to the board. Now, like I said, I did not have all the same hardware at the hardware store, but I actually still need to get one more of this particular type of fitting. But this is I think is my idea. The way I've set it up. This is a flashback arrestor, and you can see the pipe fitting that is for the hose to the pipe thread is the female side, and they didn't have any more of this one. I wanted to be able to quick disconnect. Whoops, there it goes. Quick disconnect. This is your standard quick disconnect for your air compressor lines. These are fairly cheap, and I think I picked these up at the Harbor Freight. Hey, Callie, out of here, I'm doing a video. Okay, so this is a flashback arrestor, and there's other guys that have done it on YouTube, and they just had this fitting on both sides, and the pipe in between it. Now this pipe is made with Callie, go on, go cat, go. Is get it out of here. Bronze wool. Bronze wool is rolled up and packed really tight in this tube, and then now I don't know what I did with it, but there's a screen, and I'm gonna have to find it on the floor here. There, you put a screen to hold it on the end, and then screw it in. Go look at the other YouTube videos, but the difference is with me, and as I'm using this quick disconnect, so I can probably put one of these fittings on whichever vehicles and or tractor that I want to be able to use this on. That way I can take this nice little system and carry it around from one vehicle to, we're going to try it on the wood splitter, we're going to try it on our Kubota tractor, we're going to try it on a bunch of things to see what we can run off of this. But it's complete as far as the generator is concerned. I've got some 10-auger wire that I had left over from one of my solar projects that I just used to hook it up, and like I said, we will see the tests here soon on my next video. But for tonight, we got it finished, we got it all together. You can see, like I said, a drilled and tapped threaded our plumbing fitting in at the bottom for this. Same up here. Here I got our plug, thread tape on both of these caps to seal them up real good, and oh, I'm impressed. I had not the expectations to get as much hydrogen. You guys are going to absolutely be blown away by the amount of hydroxy gas that I get out of this thing. So we'll even do some tests with you on the next video. I'll show you how this flashback arrestor works. It's actually pretty cool. But for that, this is the end of the builds section of this little project. It's done, and it works amazing. So Anybody who has half a wit can do this. This has been a fun, easy little project. Now, I've taken my time over the last couple of days to enjoy myself on this, and yeah, I could have whipped this out probably quicker, but guys, girls, especially girls, don't let me be the only woman out here doing this. Y'all get your butts in gear and get a little engineering up your backside there and moving on down the road. Get off that gasoline, because I'm gonna tell you what, this is the bomb. No pun intended. All right, guys and girls, look for the next video where we start testing it and talking about the different stuff, different salts and stuff that we can put in there, and the different rates at which hopefully we can check to see the gas and the voltages and such. So it's been a fun build, and I greatly encourage you to give this one a shot.